What is going on, YouTube? To be honest, disc golf coming back at you here again. I'm super excited today because I don't know if you knew this or not, but there was a little thing over the weekend called Gyro Palooza, and there were some pretty cool things that got given to people that went there. I didn't go there, but look what I got. Right, so 2 discs that came straight from Gyro Palooza. The Aspect prototype Simon stamp right there. Look how cool that thing is. Day glow, can't really lose that thing. Still a prototype. Numbers are supposed to be 9502. I believe Simon said that he kind of wanted this to be more of a dependable Tesla, which is cool because I really like the Tesla. I've gotten to where I throw the Tesla quite a bit, but sometimes I can flick it and it'll go really straight and not really finish. So I'm hoping that this kind of fixes that issue for me. Who knows? We'll see. Second disc, the Bokeh or Bouquet. I don't know. I guess it depends if you're Japanese or something or whatever. I don't know. But anyways, all of them are lab second ones, which is kind of interesting. This one is 172 grams. There's a little bit of a dome to it there. It is a 7-speed. That is the only number that they've announced. Everything else is question marks. From what I've seen, it does look pretty glidey. It does look like it has a little bit of a turn to it, maybe not a major turn, and it does definitely have some finish at the end there. So we'll throw it a couple times, let you know what numbers I think there are on this bad boy, and compare the Aspect to the Tesla, and let's see if Simon was right and if the Tesla or the Aspect is better. So here we are, hole 1 at Whitehall. Look at that, man. Getting them concrete tee pads in. Told you guys. Whoo! They say we can enjoy them tomorrow, so that's super cool. So anyways, I'm going to have to throw from the right side of this then a little bit. So see the flight of these discs. The Aspect I think is going to match up pretty good for this hole. The Bokeh I'm not exactly sure. I have a feeling it's going to end up flying right, but we shall see. All right, I'm going to throw the Aspect first. So that's 9502. Ooh, okay, it's more stable than I thought. Woo! All right, well, first throw of the day. Wasn't the best, but stayed up here. All right, let's see what this Bokeh does. Probably go a little bit further, I think. Gonna have a little bit of a turn to it. We'll see. Oh yeah. That thing goes very far. Oh, I just nailed a tree. Hopefully you saw that. Pretty cool. Definitely is more glidey than the Aspect for sure. All right, so initial first thoughts. Aspect is a little bit more stable than I anticipated it to be, and the Bokeh is probably a little bit more understable than I anticipated it to be. Neither were great throws, but you're seeing the first throws with me. There are no cuts, man. It's all live. So this next hole here, I probably wouldn't throw either one of these discs at, but we're gonna do it. Just see what they do. Let's start with the Aspect again. That's the 9502. Basically board flat. Pretty sweet disc. So again, this wouldn't really be the discs I would throw at this hole, but I just want to see how they react here. Oh my gosh, I can't not. That thing's very stable. That thing's way more stable than I anticipated. All right, let's see what the Bokeh does. Yeah, look at that thing. That thing's straight. Right into the basket. Yeah, Aspect might just be a flicker disc for me. Who knows? That thing is good. Very straight flyer. Not bad. So I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm kind of scared to throw these discs on this hole. I think I've lost more discs on this hole than any other hole I've ever played. The hill behind it just eats discs, man. So I just lost my PA5 here the last time I was playing, so hopefully I don't lose them again. Aspect first, super stable. I'm gonna flick. Hopefully you can see the basket. If not, it is more over that way. So I'm gonna basically aim to the left of that tree, just straight ahead. That's got them nice, pretty yellow leaves. We'll see what happens. Oh yeah, that thing's a flick disc. Oh, that thing's money. That thing is money. All right, bokeh, here we go. Probably not going to be the best flick disc for me, but never know. Yeah, kind of did what I anticipated. Kind of like turned over. It's just got that understability to it, man. It's for me, I need help of the overstability when I flick a disc. But still, not bad. But from the few times I've thrown it, definitely feel like Aspect better for forehand for me. Bokeh better for backhand. So you might be asking yourself, if neither one of these discs are out, how the heck did you get these? Well, scalpers, man. They're crazy. These people were selling these discs before they even left the MVP factory. They were posting them for sale, for sale. And man, from what I understand, they just basically at the MVP factory let people buy as many discs as they wanted. And so, of course, people are just going to relist them and sell them and sell them and sell them. But do keep an eye out, because I do know that Chris did get some in a shipment and that he will be selling them eventually when he's actually allowed to, but I'm not exactly sure when that date is, but stay tuned. All right, so here is that Aspect up there. Solid throw. Right before that death hill, man. Pretty much a tap in.
I'm so good.
All right, so with this next hole being under construction, it basically makes the hole not really playable, really, because it's like a tunnel shot down the hill. So we're just gonna throw down this hill here. Here we go. It is pretty windy, but you know, it's all fun. It's all science, baby. Oh yeah, look at that thing. That thing is good. That thing's good. All right, let's see about this. There we go. That's what you gotta do. You gotta give it a little bit of hyzer when you throw it. It'll flip up. It'll flip to flat, man. That thing's pretty sick. All right, so I just kind of teleported over to 9 and 18 here. Still pouring the tee pads, man. Super awesome. They look great. I think they said they went for 5 foot by 12 foot long, so they did even bigger than they thought, which is awesome. Let's throw the prototype first. I'm gonna throw a backhand. I'm primarily a backhand thrower, so I want to see if I can get some distance out of it and see if I can get it to move right. And then definitely throwing the bokeh backhand. I'm going to aim for the basket on the left, but I'm not really going to be overly trying to throw a great shot to that basket. I just want these discs to fly. See how this goes here. Oh yeah, got it way right. Crashing in. It's not a very far flyer though, because it's just overstability and doesn't really have any turn, so it just kind of doesn't have any help to stay in the air. So let's see how this bokeh goes here. Oh yeah, just straight flat. Going in. Oh, I'll get an ace on camera once, man. So here I am at just a random field, no real target or anything, but just wide open. I'm going to hopefully use U-Disc to tell you how far these discs go. I'm going to intend to release each one of these on hyzer this throw, and then hopefully anhyzer next throw, and then we'll do forehands, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. We'll do the Aspect first. Aspect. Backhand. Man, that bad boy's stable, man. Look at that thing. Woo! I would almost say that's more than a 2 finish, but that's just me. All right, bokeh. Here we go. 7 speed. No other numbers do we know, but I do feel it has a little bit of turn to it. So hopefully it'll go a little bit further than the Aspect. We'll see. Oh yeah, got a hold of that one. All right, U-Disc, tell us how far we threw. Kind of what I expected. But let's give them a couple more rips here. See the distances. Right on. Let's try them on a little bit of ante. Not the best at it. Aspect first. See if it fights out of it, which I'm sure it will. It's a stupid question. And the fight. Yep. Yeah, if you're going for distance with that disc, that's what you're going to have to do. Okay, I'm a little bit worried about it. I don't know if it's going to fight out of it or not. Fought out of it, but that's what happens to me when I throw anhyzer, man. Sometimes I just throw like dead up into the sky, so then it really makes no sense for me to even throw anhyzer, because it just ends up losing all of its turn and just starts fading and just crashes down. Let's see how far those went. You disc, help me out. All right, so that time the Aspect went 269 with kind of riding out that flex shot, and the Bokeh, like I said, throwing it right in the air. I don't know, I forget the distance, but it was shorter. I'm gonna pop it up on the screen right here. But anyways, that's a good reminder right there to not throw your disc right in the air. Last throws are going to be flicks. All right, so the final comparison here, we're flicking. Aspect first, like always. See how this thing flicks, man. Pretty sure it'll be a good flicker. Oh yeah. Low, straight, crashing down. Not super far, but that's all right, man. I'm not a good flicker. Let's see about the Bokeh. Let's see if I can kind of put it on a little bit of, hyzer here. If it'll flip up and kind of ride it out a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, man, it's pure science. It's experiment time. Ooh, kept it low. Kept it low. Okay. Did kind of flip up, though, if you saw it. I mean, not the best throw, but it does flip up on your forehands if you throw them hyzer, which is pretty sweet. Okay, so time for final thoughts here about these two discs. Let's start with the Aspect. Just seems that I kind of did that first the whole time. Didn't tell you the weight on it. It's 168. I think Simon did exactly what he wanted to do. It is a Tesla, just a lot more beefy. It's, for me, an okay flick disc. I do feel like I get a little bit more distance out of my Tesla, but that's because it has that -1 turn to kind of help it in the air a little bit more and just kind of get a little bit more distance, whereas this has no turn at all. It is very evident in some of those throws if you still watch them. Board flat, though, does feel really good to flick. Very cool little Simon prototype stamp, too. Do I think it's worth the money that people are paying for it right now on Facebook Marketplace? Absolutely not. I would wait, support your local disc golf store, hopefully Disc Golf Mart, and buy them from them, man. You don't need to spend, 60, 70 bucks on this disc. It'll be out in a little bit. Honestly, if you can't wait, just go get a Tesla, and it'll throw pretty similar. That's my opinion on the Aspect. Bokeh. Let's see, this one was 172. Does have a little bit of a dome to it, a little bit more than the Aspect, that's for sure. These ones, for some reason, were all in lab seconds. I don't know why. Whatever. I actually think the lab second stamp's a little bit cooler, personally, but that's just me. With the numbers that they're giving it, which is 7, question mark, question mark, question mark, I agree it's a 7-speed. As far as anything else, I would say this is probably like a 6 glide. It does want to stay in the air, definitely more than the Aspect, and the Aspect is a 5 glide, so why not 6? Or maybe 5.5, I don't know. MVP seems to like the little decimals, whatever. So let's say 7-speed, 5.5 glide. I say this has a negative, let's stick with the decimals, negative 0.5 turn and a 1.5 fade. That's what I say. Do I think those are going to be the actual end numbers? No, there's way too many decimals and everything. But those are my personal numbers. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you had, if you guys got your hands on these or know anybody that was lucky enough to go to the Gyropalooza event. Maybe they got a golden ticket. Maybe you're going to buy the new gyro boxes coming out this season and hopefully you get a gold ticket. The only thing I would say for you is if that's the case is save your money. You're going to want to go and spend money. Seems as though the Gyropalooza thing was basically a cash grab to get everybody to buy as much plastic as they possibly could to sell on the internet and get more hype and make money at flipping it. Just my opinion. You may argue with me, you may not. But anyways, do I think you need to rush out and buy either one of these on Facebook Marketplace? Absolutely not. I don't think this is groundbreaking, the Bokeh. I don't think the Aspect is groundbreaking. If you want something like the Aspect, like I said, get a Tesla, get a plasma Tesla or a proton Tesla. It'll be more stable. If you want something like the Bokeh, get like a Crave, get a Fission Crave. This is pretty much a Fission Crave if you ask me, a beat in. So, do I like them? Yeah, they're good. They're good discs. Check them out, you know, keep your eyes open. But like I said, I would highly recommend you go support your local disc golf store and actually purchase them at a real store than purchase them off somebody who's selling them on Marketplace for trying to make some money. So that's just my opinion. Do I hate on those people for flipping them? Absolutely not. I think, you know, you're entitled to do it. And you know what? If I had a golden ticket, I would do the exact same thing. I would go buy a bunch and sell them and flip them. I would. So, but anyways, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree with me, if you argue with me, you know, if you got a golden ticket, I would love to know. You know, and if you're going to be buying Gyropalooza boxes this year, or gyro boxes, or whatever they call them, you know, if you're going to be hoping you get a golden ticket. And, man, if you got one, would you even sell your golden ticket? Who knows? You could just make money that way, and you wouldn't even have to go to Michigan. Anyways, that's it for the video today. Hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys liked the topic. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Keep an eye out at Whitehall. Them concrete T-pads, they're going to be usable tomorrow. That will be October 29th. Whitehall will have all concrete T-pads. Peace.
Poopy on this disc golf, baby.
What'd you hear?
I heard that fire.
Yeah, fired. I'm like a beast. Gotta have a feast. Heading out east.
Yeah.
Like I'm Prince Zuko. Fire all around and on the ground.
I'm not going to the pound. They ain't going to put me